So, welcome to part 3 of Cori working on my feet. Here she's using a Thai massage tool to get right into the what I call the bottom little toe band. So, doing some nice pressure. I was feeling particularly tight in there. So this was obviously taken a few days ago. And she's just trying to work and loosen that whole area of my foot. Feels great, just getting rid of chronic residual tightness. So that's what I look at it as the goal of massage, is the finding and getting rid of chronic residual tightness. And what I call chronic residual tightness is when you're lying on a massage table and your muscles or tendons or ligaments are tight when they shouldn't be. And that's a symptom in Eastern massage of blockages in the flow of the life force, the chi through the area. So here, as part of Raynor reflexology as well, we're just finding and getting rid of that chronic residual tightness. Sometimes we use our hands, but sometimes we use tools to make it easier. This feels really good. Just going right down that tension area. So some people think the goal of massage is just to feel nice while you get it, and that's why they call it like a luxury or pampering or that sort of thing. But that's not the goal of what we do of Raynor Massage. The goal of what we do is to find and get rid of chronic residual tension, which is why it's a health practice, and a very, very good one, because it's one of the best investments you can ever make, is to get rid of this chronic residual tightness. Because chronic residual tightness causes arthritis, it causes immobility, it causes just a stifling of the life force, tiredness, and general just debility, and the organs start to not work properly, and makes you feel older, basically. So I often say, a lot of the time, people, as they get older, they start to complain about their health problems and that sort of thing. But a lot of it's just old tension. So there's a big difference between aging of the body and aging of tension. And many people, kind of don't understand the difference between them. They just think, I'm getting stiff, getting tight because I'm getting old. Well, it's actually because your tension's getting built up and built up and built up, layers and layers of it, until it's debilitating. But good regular, Raynor Massage reflexology is going to get rid of that chronic residual tension. So your older years are going to be much better, as well as your younger years. Just life in general is going to be much better. Chronic residual tension is like a straitjacket. It just stifles you. So that's the goal of Raynor Massage. It's nothing to do with feeling nice while you get a massage, some luxury thing or spa or pampering or that sort of thing. It's about finding and getting rid of this chronic residual tension, and you feel a lot better afterward. And it's not just some temporary thing of feeling nice. And that's interesting, because in the massage profession, there's like two distinct strands of therapists or practitioners, or whatever you might want to use as a term. Ones that have a goal of just feeling nice while you get it, sensual type of massage, and ones that want to get rid of this chronic residual tightness. And therefore they work up to the person's, ability to handle it, basically. If a 10 is where they're going to tighten up, they often work up there in the attempt to get rid of this tightness and produce that long-term benefit. So I call it's interesting, I see that there's a health order hierarchy, actually, and you look at it, and the doctors and surgeons and people are at the top and that sort of thing. And massage therapists tend to be at the bottom, because some people don't even think of them as health practitioners. But in my opinion, with Raynor Massage in particular, it's one of the highest of all health practices, because basically chronic residual tension causes so many different problems, and it's, getting rid of it is the best investment you can ever make in your life. To have a tension-free body. I mean, even the U.S. Stress Society says 60 to 70% of diseases are stress-related, and that's to do with chronic residual tension. Even things like post-traumatic stress disorder. it's all about holding emotions in the body that cause then this tension, this chronic residual tension. So massage can get rid of them. You can see in some of my videos people having huge emotional releases when we're working this, getting rid of this chronic residual tension, because it's the emotions that cause the tension in the first place. So as we get rid of the tension, the emotions are freed up and let go. And it's about being present then and dynamic in life instead of living in the past and living in your pain and things from past events. You're able to let go of them and move forward. So that's the goal of Raynor Massage and why it's actually a health profession, a very powerful health profession, not just some like luxury thing at the bottom of the pecking order, not even on the health pecking order supposedly sometimes. There's a lot of arrogance in the health professions, I think. And the thing is, too, is what you got to look at is that, where the money, follow the money, and with modern medicine, people, why doctors don't understand this kind of massage, or most of them aren't trained, or almost none are trained in it unless they go for extra training, is because the medical profession was set up by the Rockefeller families in the 1800s, and the pharmaceutical industry is very much connected with the medical industry, and they only make money off of sick people. They don't make money off of prevention and keeping people healthy. And massage is a lot of hard work. Doctors, it would take them just as long as anybody else, right? So 10 to 40 hours to renovate a person minimum, usually, and so the benefit is there. So it's a great medical practice, but it's not making money for the big pharmaceutical companies. So therefore, it's not part of modern medicine. So when people go, why isn't it, more recognized? It's because that modern medicine's a big industry, and very much associated with the pharmaceutical companies, and also there's a lot of money to be made in medical equipment and different things like that. Some of it gets quite expensive, whereas this is done in a simple manner. I mean, you got a wooden tool, costs a few dollars. It's just about, then it comes down to the intuition and the empathy and ability to perceive of the practitioner, and also about the ability to care for a person. That's very, very important. So I'm doing some side twists here, get the bones into place. It's interesting. I deal with a lot of the political side of healing and health and stuff. And, this is called, literally barefoot medicine. So nobody's making money except for the person who actually receives it, because it's the best investment they can ever make. And the healthier you are, the easier it is to make money anyway. It's the whole path of being a massage therapist or a naturopath tends to, it is a political profession, in fact. And there are people out there who don't like you getting people healthy, because you're no longer contributing money to massive pharmaceutical companies and the people that own them. Not taking the high blood pressure medications and the arthritis medications and the painkillers and the this, that, and the other that then have side effects that you have to take another medication for, and your body becomes filled with toxins. Whereas good massage just gets rid of that tension, gets rid of that stress, gets rid of even the emotions that have caused that make you feel then, you feel clearer when you get rid of those emotions. You feel more in touch with yourself, more peaceful. So it's a completely different system of medicine, naturopathy and massage. And as I say, even though I'm like a naturopath and got my 5 diplomas in the healing arts, I've ended up specializing in massage. A lot of naturopaths they want to sit behind the desk and prescribe vitamins and minerals to people, and some of those vitamins and mineral companies are actually owned by big pharmaceutical companies. But when you get into massage, again, there's the only person it's an economic transaction with is between the practitioner and the person. Here, Cori's getting into just working the sides of my toes and really reducing stuff. And again, this can all be done by within a family. Even in India, traditionally it was done on a family and a village level. I think every spouse should be massaging each other. Parents should be massaging children. Children should be massaging parents and grandparents and that sort of thing. And then we'd see overall health improve, happiness improve. But yeah, it might reduce the profits of big pharmaceutical companies. And of course, those big pharmaceutical companies also then make huge donations to political parties in almost all countries so that they can get legislation passed that has, prohibiting or restricting certain health practices done by naturopaths or natural therapists, and encouraging people to become dependent on their various pharmaceutical medications and things. So yeah, look in any country and you look at the donations done to political parties, and pharmaceutical industries are huge. So whether you have socialized medicine like here in Australia, or you have capitalistic, free medicine, it's the influence of pharmaceutical companies on government is everywhere, and then the government makes legislation and regulations. That's what's happening with me in this, thing in Queensland where they're trying to allow medical practitioners to perform cervical manipulations while they've had absolutely no training in how to do it. They're claiming it's unsafe, yet I'm a naturopath and I've been doing it for 30 years and was trained in it by chiropractors and by different people, shiatsu therapists and people, and yet I'm not allowed to do it. So it's all about control. I've got a petition in Parliament, actually. If you're in Queensland, I'd love you to sign it. I'll try and put a link at the bottom in that thing about this. And there's so much corruption. It's absolutely corrupt, and I believe that's probably in a lot of countries when you got the influence of modern medicine trying to, and I'm not opposed to modern medicine, and I think it's great. It can be very useful, but what I am opposed to is the political influence that they have over politicians, where decisions are made based on the profits of the companies rather than on the basis of what's in the best interest of the health of the people that government represents. And that's certainly what's going on here in Queensland. It's really, instead of them caring about the people of Queensland, they care about the profits of the medical industries and these different professions that donate to the politicians and things. So again, Cori's just getting right into my toes. It's breaking up all this tension and with tension can come toxins as well. So toxins kind of get stuck in with tension. And then they build up in joints. So we want to keep our joints flexible. We want to flush out the toxins and the tension, and always pushing towards the heart and up towards the body, flushing it out. And the person receiving the massage should be doing deep breathing. Sometimes I'm making, actually, even though I got rid of the sound, because here we got my daughter who's just under 3 at the moment, and she makes a lot of noise in the background. It's nice though, but we're having our own private conversations and things. But that feels so good, loosening up, cracking joints, and getting in right with that. I love that Thai massage tool, by the way, and I'll put a link to there of how to get them. As I said, I'm hoping to open up an Amazon shop. And along with those tools, I want to sell these different posters that we come up with, the foot reflexology charts and Raynor bands posters. If you're interested in them, let me know. Just email me, info@raynormassage.com. We're just getting them printed at the moment. They're $60 for one, or 2 for 100 Australian dollars. This works out a bit less than American dollars plus postage. So Cori's getting right into the top of my toe, the side of my toe, and what she always thinks I have tension in these little diagonal bands as well, so she likes to get in there, and I definitely feel it. Great thing about this tool is that you can use different points on it. You can use the blunt, the point like she's using now. You can use that bladed edge, or you can use the corner of the bladed edge to get precision points. So I don't use all, like I've gone on to Amazon and eBay and looked at different Thai massage tools, and some I don't use at all. But this one in particular is a great one. I think it's fantastic. And just, so many uses. quite intense for me down there, but very effective. You can see she's kind of working at a 9 point something on my threshold, but it's very good. To say, it's always a bit of a problem using a tripod because without a real person filming, because you can't always be looking into the camera at the same time as doing what you're doing, so sometimes things get in the way. But yeah, this is fantastic through here. And we're going to be finishing up part 3 here, but there's going to be a part 4 and a part 5 coming up as well. And we're going to try and get in a few more treatments before our new baby is born. So we'll see you in part 4.